Hi, everyone.
What's going
I
on, Effie?
I am here with Clay Burkett today. I would like to introduce you to Clay and to also meet him myself. So, in full disclosure, we have spoken briefly before, but I'm going to um, start from the get-go. So, hi, Clay. Thank you very much for letting me interview you.
Hey, thank you for having me. The pleasure is absolutely all mine. Believe you me.
Thank you. Thank you. So, Clay, presently, tell us what you are doing. Are you both in SubTo and in Gator? Are you in Gator? Are you SubTo? Tell us where you are first.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just in Gator. I'm not a part of SubTo. However, I've had the pleasure of communicating with a large number of SubTo members, a large majority of those being in person as well. I've
Nice.
put myself out there quite a bit. If you have not already figured that out, and if anybody sees this hasn't recognized me, I'm honestly kind of surprised. I've talked to so many people recently, and I've
Good.
tried to get out in front of those people in person. So had to meet up
Nice.
Monday and Tuesday, and one I hosted on Thursday as well.
Where
So
are you?
Fort Worth, Texas.
You're in Fort
So I'm in
Worth.
the DFW area.
Good.
I have roots up in Springfield, Missouri as well, that area, which I've
Okay.
I've ran into a couple of people over in that area, but my father lives up there. So
Okay.
might look into doing some deals up there, but yeah, I'm located in DFW right now.
Tell us why you joined Gator.
Okay, well, I'll try to make this as quick as possible, but so we had the Own Your Future challenge that Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins hosted that 5-day event, which was absolutely phenomenal. And I went through that and ended up joining Launchpad. And of course, I had known of Pace Morby, right? I knew of him. I saw his videos, and then he ended up coming out. I want to say it was the second, maybe third day there. I can't quite remember, but listening to his story and what he had to say, I was like, okay, this dude's pretty cool. Let me do a little bit more research on him. And so I did, and he happened to have a his free Zoom to talk about Gator right that Saturday, which was the last day of Launchpad or the Own Your Future challenge. And so Pace, he talked me into it. So immediately I signed up there, and then that's how I ended up in Gator.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So a little bit of almost like cross pollination from Dean and Tony to Pace.
Yeah,
Okay,
100%.
good.
It's kind of strange of how it all works out, but I
Yeah.
don't believe in coincidences by any means. I think everything kind of happens for a reason, and one led me to another, and the other led me to another, and it's just a trickle down type of thing.
So, what do you want to accomplish in Gator?
I love this question. And I don't even want to just relate it to Gator because I mean, Gator is a part of my life, right? And it's one avenue that I'm taking to create what I call my 4 Ws. Okay. So I think we've briefly talked about this before, but I get a chance to share it with you again. And this is what I tell everybody. The typical question, what do you want to do with your life? What do you want out of it? Right. And I think this will resonate with a lot of people. But my 4 Ws, I want to do what I want, when I want, where I want, with who I want, right? And I've taken that on as kind of like my mantra of my entire life because that's really it. I don't know exactly where, exactly when, exactly who, exactly what, because that changes quite often for me. I have a very difficult time sitting in one spot for a long period of time and just doing one thing. I'm always on to the next before I even finish the first. So I'm trying to become more consistent in completing what I've started. And
Mm-hmm.
that's definitely a challenge because I just get super excited. But um, the way that I'm formulating my
So,
life and everything that I'm doing
mhm.
is to achieve those 4 Ws.
Those 4 Ws to me sound like freedom.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a great way to put it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just don't have the mindset of selling my time to somebody else for dollars.
Well,
That
are you currently doing that? Are you currently working
no, I
a paid job as
I
an
am not. I am
employee?
not. I'm a problem solver, Effie. I put myself into sometimes great situations and sometimes not so good situations. But the thing about me is I've never let the situation define me in what I'm doing. I've
Good,
always figured out
good,
something to get through that. And
nice.
don't get me wrong, guys. I mean, like I'm in an apartment complex, right? I don't want to be in an apartment complex. I'd love to own my own properties, right? So I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'm taking the path and I'm doing the right things to get there. And it's a process. Like, I mean, I'm
Yeah,
25, right? I
awesome.
mean, I
You're a
definitely have time.
baby.
I
You're
have
a
time to
baby
get there.
who can grow a beard.
I feel, hey, I've had a beard, believe it or not, since eighth grade. Eighth grade. So I've
Okay,
looked the exact same. I haven't
that's
changed at
funny.
all, only added a couple of numbers. But
Oh
yeah,
my gosh,
freedom. I
that's
mean,
so
that's
funny.
that's the
Oh,
goal.
okay, well, I think that's an honorable goal, but I'd also want to know why. What's your why?
So this is probably going to lead down a short rabbit hole that probably either one of us weren't prepared to go down. But I spent a lot of my younger days, I'd say like 16 to, I mean, 23, 24-ish, being rather uncomfortable in my own body, meaning like I didn't know my direction. I didn't know what my purpose was. And I think that's kind of something very similar to anybody that age.
Mhm.
And you're just really trying to figure it out. But for some reason it really, really took a toll on me. And I had to go through some really, really dark times and try to find any bit of light through there. And um I and in doing that, I figured out where I really don't want to be. I don't want to be that. And like I figured a lot of this out when I was going to college. Like I was at FE, I've always been an excellent student. I had a 4.0 in high school. I had a 3.9 all through college until I decided to inevitably stop going because it wasn't giving me what I needed. It wasn't where I needed to be. That was a very, very difficult time because my mom, who is an educator and supported me through my entire life, and I'm 3 years in, have 3 semesters left. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. And since then, I've been just piecing things together, trying different things, and trying to just navigate my way to where I need to be. The 9 to 5 is mentality is not for me, but it is for some people, and I understand that. But I'm talking about me and my life and where I've been. And the
That must have been
why
hard.
yeah, it wasn't easy. And
Yep.
I believe you me, I know people out there have it way, way worse.
Oh,
And
yeah, of
that's
course, but
one
it
thing that I
yeah.
try to keep in the back of my head because I understand, like, I at least I have a roof over my head, right? I mean,
Oh,
I'm talking about, living in an apartment and wanting more, but that's just human nature, right?
yep,
And I've been
yep.
fortunate enough to be placed in situations where I can capitalize on things like that. But I know I kind of went down a small tangent. You asked
Well,
me what my
I do think that it's worth mentioning that it's better to I think it's better that you recognize that and stopped putting in more time as opposed to saying, "Oh, well, I'm almost finished. Let's just keep going." And then you'd get the offer and then you would, you know, get the job with the medical care and the blah, blah, blah. And before you
Mhm.
know it, you would be in that prison.
For
So
40, 50 years, right? And
yeah,
that's where I
could
didn't want to
be,
be.
could be. So I commend you for being strong enough to be able to, back up from there. And does your do your parents or does your mother support you now
Oh,
or
my mom is my best friend. I love her
oh
to
good,
death. She's awesome.
good.
She does not, and if you remember, one of the first introductions of myself to the Gator community was Pace Morby bringing me up and grilling me on the question of how do I explain to my family? He's like, why are you even care? And so I do deal with that. And my mother just she doesn't want to know. Like she's just like,
Oh, I see.
like Clay, I'm too old. I've been doing this for a long time. I don't want to know what you're doing. I don't care. Just please go do it safe. And so that I mean that's just kind of how it is. And
Wow.
that's the exact same conversation I have with anybody in my family. No, everybody in my family has had a job, always worked a job, and that's how they supported themselves. And I mean, we're in a much different time now, and we have so many more resources than we used to have. And I'm just choosing to utilize those instead of being kind of like afraid and
Good.
and pushing it to the side, I'm like, okay, these are all of my opportunities. Let me grab literally every single one of them and try to implement them.
Good, good, good. So tell me how you're going to put Gator to work for you. Because Gator, as you know, is transactional lending. It's CMD. It's shorter term. It's trying to get into position yourself so you can get part of the deal. Where are you going to start, and where do you see it going?
So, of course, I got into Gator because I wanted Pace Morby. Here's how you make money in real estate without any of your money, right? I don't have a whole lot of money. So I wanted to figure out, okay, what is this dude talking about? So now I'm in this, right? And I understand how I can be of service to other people. And I think that, I mean, that's really it. I've adapted the go-giver mindset wholeheartedly. Like, that is the coolest thing to me, because it's been so much fun being able to answer questions and help people that have the same questions as me. And then, like, I don't know if you were a part of Alex Hermosi's book launch today, but I bought 3 books, and I immediately, the first thing I did was go to Gator. I'm like, hey, I'm going to give away a book. Please just like this. I'll pick it random and I'll send it to you. Right. And that was like that was the first thing I thought of. I was like, not, do I want to buy this book? Do I want to spend some money? No, I was like, okay, I can go get this and I can give it away. So kind of with this, of course, I want to use it as a tool to, make money, boost my income. But with that, I get to help somebody else in need fulfill this transaction. So it's a win-win. But on top of all of that, Effie, what I'm really excited about is to gain the knowledge on how to do things so I can help other people do the things that I'm doing. And for example, I have this conversation with a lot of people, especially my fiance. So when things go wrong, like something bad's happening, right? I'm in a really bad place. And for example, like all of the really dark times that I've gotten through in my life, the main thing that kept me going and kept me from throwing in the towel, whatever analogy you want to use, was I'm going through this. I'm going to figure out how to get through it. And then I get to use those experiences to help others do the exact same thing without having to take on the scars that I did. And that's really right there what I want from Gator and what I want to do with just in my life. And Gator has just been one of those avenues that I get to take to learn and share other things with people. And I mean, I'm excited to take that and then eventually get into SubTo and then just talk to people and be able to share that. And I mean, that's the long-term big picture goal right there, is simply just to kind of do what everybody in this community is already doing, but provide a tremendous amount of value and help others along the way.
Very nice. I love it. I love it. So tell me how you are, what are you doing to get connected? I mean, it helps that Pace called you out. There's no doubt about it.
Definitely. So, I mean, I don't want to give away my secret sauce, but here's the thing. In these live Zooms, I'm constantly paying attention to the chat, and I'm paying attention where Pace's eyes go. When the chat slows down and Pace's eyes are not looking directly at his camera and it's slightly over there, I know he's looking at the chat. So I'm waiting to ask my question at a point that I know Pace is about to look at it. I've done this multiple times, and he saw me twice. But one time I got grilled, and then today I got to have an hour-long conversation with Pace Morby.
Yeah.
Of course, 900 other people were there to listen to it and be a part of it and gain from it, but I'm strategically putting myself out there so people see me. And who wouldn't want to talk to Pace? That we're all here because of Pace. So who wouldn't want to talk to him? So I'm putting myself out there like that. And then we have coursework. We have things that tell us exactly what to do. All I am doing, Effie, is going through the training and doing what it says. That's it. Good. So to answer your question specifically, however, how I'm connecting with people, I'm sitting on the Gator Facebook. I'm messaging people all day long. I'm taking whatever knowledge I have and like, here's what I know. Here's what I can help with. Let me know if you want to talk. People, hey guys, I'm in Dallas, Fort Worth. Who else is near me? I've talked to so many people, and it's been.
How are you keeping track of them?
I'm I'm struggling. I'm struggling hard. So please, you or anybody else has a way to keep track of everybody, please let me know, because I have lost people at the bottom. Like I just had to apologize to somebody that I promised. I was like, hey, I'll get back with you tomorrow. It's been like 4 days. Right. And I feel terrible about that. But unfortunately, like I just have had so much come in, and I'm
Yeah.
being forced to just figure it out as it comes.
Right. Well, actually, that's something that you might ask in Gator. What
Right.
CRM are people using
Mhm.
simply for contacts and building their networks? And I'll be watching to see. But I
Awesome.
would like to say welcome very much. If you are watching this, you heard what Clay said. He's keen on getting to know as many people as possible, and he's willing to assist wherever you might need, where he can. So do reach out to him. His phone number is 817-304-6955. It's on the screen. You don't have to be in Dallas. You can still connect. We are from all over the country, but do reach out to Clay. And Clay, I want to say thank you so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The only note that I'll leave off, please don't call me. I won't answer. Just send me a text. I'm a texter. So if you really want to get a hold of me, send me a text and I will get back to you. Otherwise, I probably won't.
That's fair. That's fair. Pace says how he wants to be communicated with, and Clay has made it clear. Please send a text.
Text or Facebook. My name on Facebook is Clay Burkett Gibson. So you can find me there, and my Instagram is there as well. So Instagram DMs, Facebook, or send me a text. That's the best way to get a hold of me for sure.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. See you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.